Would you question my stability? You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay, won't look away. The storm is coming.
Hello ladies, how are you? I hope you're doing okay. My name is Mali. I go by the name Lamsufu because Msufu is my praise name. So this tutorial is inspired by some ladies that wanted to know what are the basic requirements if you are starting out on learning makeup. So I decided to prepare this video so that everyone is abreast with what is needed. So I'll be sharing the tools that are needed for a basic look as well as the products. So if you're interested in such content, please sit back and let's have an amazing time. So what you need is a primer. So primers come in different types. There are those primers that are meant, this is a primer. There are those primers that are meant for people with dry skin, so those give a dewy finish, and there are those primers that are meant for people with oily skin or combination skin. So when you buy a primer, please make sure that you look into the details as to which skin type that primer is meant for. So after moisturizing your skin, you simply press the primer on your skin like I'm doing, and I'm using this one. It is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus primer. It is a matte primer. And the next thing that you are going to need is a spoolie. However, a spoolie is not a standard requirement. You can do with or without a spoolie. That is if you have an old toothbrush, for example, or else if you have a pencil liner which comes with this mini brush on the side. So you can use that one to brush up your eyebrows in preparation for creating a defined eyebrow look or a sculpted eyebrow. So what you do is that you sharpen the pen, you sharpen the pencil, and then you prepare your brows. If you want a detailed video on how to prepare your eyebrows, you let me know in the comment section below. I will prepare it for you, but right now I'll just demonstrate and you watch. So you grab your spoolie. If you have a spoolie, if you have a toothbrush, you take a toothbrush and you use that for blending your your pencil strokes with your eyebrow hair. So after preparing your eyebrows, the next tool that you will need is a concealer brush, which you will use to clean up your brows, as well as a concealer. This concealer brush I got from the Pick and Pay collection. If you're someone who stays in Swaziland, they have this in the section, in the cosmetic section that is near the door at Riverstone. And then this is a concealer from LA Girl Pro, and it's the color Fawn. Concealers come in different types and different colors, but for now let's stick to the basic stuff. When you get a concealer that is 2 shades lighter, 1 or 2 shades lighter than your skin tone. So I'm using this one. It's the color Fawn. So what you do is that you grab your brush and you tap the product on the brush and apply that product on the parameters of your eyebrows, like I am doing right now. The The next tool that you're going to need is a fluffy brush. This one is from Color. It's a brand, it's an SA based brand. I don't know how wide this brand is, but I got this brush from Clicks in nail sprays. I think you can get it in any Clicks shop in South Africa though. So you get this brush. It's a fluffy brush. You can see the bristles here are fluffy. So you take that one and then you use this one for blending your concealer like that. So the next product that you're going to need is translucent powder. That is translucent powder. This one is Candid translucent powder, and it's the shade 001. I hope you can see that the content of the powder here. I hope you can see that this powder is transparent. The color of the powder, it looks like baby powder. It does not have pigment, so this is why we call it translucent. So to apply this powder, we'll go back with the same brush and we set our concealer. Personally, I have oily skin. My T-zone oils up a lot, so what I do is that I take the translucent powder, just a bit of it, and I brush through my eyebrows. So to keep my eyebrows in place, I use a brow gel. This one is from Essence. So you grab that one and you simply brush through your eyebrow hair. The next product that you're going to need is a foundation. There are different types of foundations. If you want me to cover that, I can have a different video for that. But what you need is a foundation, liquid, creamy, whatever formula you decide to go for. That is what you will need. And then you will also need a foundation brush. A foundation brush is a densely packed brush like this one here. You can see that this is tightly packed, unlike this one, which is sparsely packed. This one is tightly packed, and I'd recommend that you go and get this one from Real Techniques. I've had this one for a very long time, and it really does it really lasts long. So you tap onto your product and then you apply the foundation like that all over your face. What you need next is a bronzer. A bronzer is a product that is used for bringing definition back to your face. For example, excuse me, I added a bit of my foundation on my lips. So you need a bronzer which is normally 2 shades darker than your skin tone. I couldn't get a warm bronzer, so I used this one which is cool. On a different video I can explain what it means for a product to be cool and warm and the like. So you get a bronzer and then you go back with the same brush and apply this bronzer on your eyelid. So you dip into the bronzer, you take off the excess, and then you apply the product on your eyelid. The reason why we do this is that naturally we have a darker tint on our lid area, so we are basically bringing in that. Right, so now you have to highlight your face, and to highlight you will use the concealer that you started off with, and you apply that underneath your eye, just a bit. However, how much you apply depends on the look that you're going for, but for a beginner, let's start with just a bit of concealer. And to blend concealer, you have to have a beauty sponge. So after applying your concealer, you use the same beauty sponge and you set the concealer. I press it until it gets totally absorbed into the skin. So I place the concealer on these areas and then I use the same beauty sponge. So the next thing that you need is a bronzer. So for bronzing purposes, I use a foundation stick. This foundation stick is 2 shades darker than my skin tone. This is an alternative that you could use over this bronzer. So you can only use this bronzer if you want. If ever you want a more defined contour, you can use a cream contour. So it's either go for this or you go for that, you decide. And then for blending, I hope you see where I placed it. I placed it on my cheekbone, on my jawline, on my forehead, as well as my temple, and then on the sides of the bridge of my nose. So that is the beginner placement of a contour, and then you blend it. To blend this part, I will use my foundation brush, the one that I started with for overall foundation. And then to blend it, this part of my face on the sides of the bridge of my nose, I will use the blending brush. So these are the 2 brushes that I will use for blending. This one for the smaller parts of my face, which is my nose, and then this one for the outer perimeters of my face. So go ahead and do that off camera and I'll come back. So the next thing that you need is a mascara. So everyone should be comfortable with using a mascara, but for demonstration purposes, I will show you how to apply mascara like that. All right, and then you will need your lip stuff, of course. If you're into lip gloss, this is the part where you apply your lip gloss. If you're into lipsticks, you apply your lipsticks. So I'll be applying Ruby Woo and then I'll come back to you. If you intend to lift your eye, you get a liquid liner and then you wing your eye like I'm doing on the demonstration. What I was using is a liquid liner for my lash line because I changed my mind. I want to wear eyelashes now, so I applied this first and then I'll go ahead and apply lashes offline, and then these steps, as far as I'm concerned, are optional, which is application of an overall face powder. So you use a face powder that is similar to your skin, and then you use a fluffy face brush, overall face brush. So you dip into the powder and then you lightly powder the rest of your face so that everything that you applied there comes together like really nicely, like that. So yeah, for blush you need an angled brush like that, which is fluffy. Of course, you get a fluffy angled brush and you use that one to apply blush. For highlighter, you have to get a highlighter, and then this one is from Wet n Wild Mega Glow, and then you need a highlighting brush. For highlighting, you can use a fan brush that looks like this one, or you can use a setting brush that looks like this one, which has the tapered or the curvy or don't like shape at the top. So you dip into the highlighter, and then what I normally do is I smile a bit, and then I apply it at the high points of my face like that. I don't know if you see the trick. And then you go ahead, I use a fan brush to apply it over here. I clean up my brush, and then I go back and I blend everything until I have a settled finish. So grab a smaller brush. You can use your hand for this too, and highlight this part. And then finally I highlight this part of my eye. So this is the final look. This is what you need as a beginner, basic stuff. I hope this makes a lot of sense for you. If it doesn't, please ask questions rather on the comment section below, and if it makes sense for you, give it a thumbs up. And if there are things that you want me to go over again, let me know. Without a problem, I will do that. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.